don't overestimate what your employees know. You really need to start sometimes with the basics and start with just a few concepts at a time. So if you're meeting with your team, monthly or quarterly, start with some of the basic principles and don't overwhelm them with a lot of data, but start with some basic principles. Talk about what they mean, why they're important, how they're measured in the company, how the company's performing, and then finally, what can employees do to help improve those measures. So that goes a long way. You also said something, Sean, that got my attention. You talked about that profit's not a bad word. There were a few years there where, profit was that, and people were really against it. Even in companies today, sometimes there are folks that might say, look, I'm not about profit. I'm all, mission and purpose driven. Well, remember, if you don't have profitability, you can't sustain a mission. And Albert True, the president of Freeman Companies, made a comment, and I'll sort of paraphrase, but he said, profit is actually the most benevolent thing we can do for our employees and our customers, because generating a profit is what allows us to reinvest for their benefit. And 100%. So, if you view profit for what it can do for an organization and furthering its mission and its purpose, that is powerful. We ought to all be interested in that for the good that it can produce for an organization.
Can you give me an example of how you would bonus an executive on a cash flow measure? What might that look like?
Yeah. So, for example, you could have, let's say you've got a revenue forecast of $10 million for the year. That's certainly easy to bonus on. Your profitability might be, let's say you're looking for a 10% profit margin. That would be average for most big companies. So, you'd bonus them if you hit $1 million in profitability. And then most companies are actually looking to, improve cash flow a little better than that. So if you got $1 million in profit, it may be that you're looking for $1.2 million in cash flow. And so you could bonus your key leaders on hitting a cash flow number for the year. And so that would be one way to consider doing it.